This is just an introduction video. I'd like to eventually get into my practice. What do I practice? I've been practicing a spiritual discipline since 2012. Since summertime of 2012, when I first noticed symptoms of a Kundalini activation. I first noticed activation at the back between like the heart, the throat area, like a vibration of prana, which led to other symptoms that I can go into in future videos too, but I'm going to give you my whole story right now, or my origin story. That'll be in the future. I'd like to eventually get into, once I get through some of the practice stuff and through some of my early symptoms of Kundalini, I'd like to get into some different book reviews. What were good references for a person going through Kundalini activation, awakening, Kundalini arousal. Those are basically 3 different phases of the Kundalini. What books really help a person to intellectually grasp what's going on in your body? It kind of helps. Once you can grasp what's going on, it kind of lets some of the fear out of the old pincushion. You know what I'm saying? It kind of lets the air out of the tents, lets the pressure off. I'm going to speak from experience that I have, and hopefully I won't get on to too many political things, but as we all know, you cannot separate spiritual practice from political events in your life. I've had a hard time coming to the grasp of this, because once you get into some pretty good bliss, some ecstatic, mystical experience during meditation throughout your day, you kind of start to get to this feeling, like, let them suffer. I've did what I've done. I found the Holy Grail. Most people don't want to listen to what I got to say. Most of my family members don't want to listen to what I got to say. Most people at work don't want to listen to what I have to say about Kundalini, or even in general about spiritual discipline, spiritual practice. Most people want to drink, do drugs, watch sports, go to church. I've never had a guru. I've had people that I refer to on YouTube, but back in 2012, 2013, 2014, even YouTube didn't have, only maybe 2-3 people that seemed to know what they were talking about, that were speaking from experience on Kundalini awakening. Because don't get me wrong, there was plenty of people talking about spiritual practice, and in my opinion, it's the only way to enlightenment. It's the only way to open your chakras. It's the only way to unload karma at a better than superficial level. If you have issues, subconscious issues, lots of karma, lots of bad habits, drug addiction, anything that's dragging you down, meditation and telling people that they can raise their vibration if they meditate on their 7th chakra, not very truthful. A lot of these people, in my opinion, are on Facebook, mostly spiritual teachers, are on Facebook to make money, to lateralize spirituality instead of verticalize it. Kundalini wants to verticalize it, wants to raise, it wants to go up, cleanse the chakras, it wants to get to the Makara point where it can do its best work. And from there it wants to cleanse your body and then rise up through and jump onto Brahmanadi. And there's a couple other minor chakras. There's the Guru triangle up there, the Akasa triangle. There's Bindu or Brahmaranja. There's the Sahara with all the petals, where all the cities open, where really you get permanent cities. You don't get them from just going up through the chakra, the Kundalini. You don't get any of them powers. I mean, you get them temporarily while the Kundalini is in that chakra. But once it passes out of that chakra and makes its way to the next chakra, any powers that that chakra may embody, those powers are gone. They come and go. And they only open permanently once the Kundalini gets up in the Sasahara and then pierces, like Bindu, pushes out into Parabindu. And from there the Sasahara opens, the bliss flows down your skull, and your true powers open up. Your chakras finally all awaken all at once. I mean, some are at different levels, some are more refined than others, depending on your life's journey and other things, but that's the process. So what happens is when people lateralize their spirituality, the process halts. So I mean, if you activated Kundalini to, let's say, your heart chakra, you get all these symptoms, and then, oh, I got it above my heart chakra, I broke the heart cap, and oh, now I'm going to do a YouTube channel, and I'm going to charge people $300 an hour on Skype for advice. You've just lateralized your spirituality. Stopped in its place. The Kundalini will stall, and you'll probably have to take up the rising next lifetime from that level. I mean, it may shake you out of that through punishment, but I guess everybody's different. Anything could happen. You could win the Powerball. I don't know. Basically, my whole intention is not to make money off this channel. I mean, I may make money after a while. I don't know. I mean, since my activation, 2012, I find that I have a hard time lying. I can do it, but it's not easy. So I hope I get into, I'm going to title some of my videos and try to stick to a topic instead of ramble like I have in this video. I believe, I know my Kundalini is going through the upper route process right now. I achieved some early stages of samadhi in most of my meditations and throughout my day at work by falling out of it. I'm not quite at plateau experience or at pinnacle, but I've had tastes of the pinnacle. I've had the light come down, wash over me while I'm even at work. I mean, it comes in your vision. It makes your ears ring, makes your head spin, makes you feel like your head's spinning, makes you feel like you got a halo temporarily. But I guess my whole goal is to sustain that and get into plateau experience. But I feel like intellectually, reading and through experience, I have upper route process experience with Kundalini, which is the actual awakening process. The awakening process starts at Makara, and from Makara and above. And actually, technically, according to John Woodruff's Serpent Power and other older books on tantric yoga, Kundalini yoga, you're not even on the spiritual path technically and spiritually. I mean, if you ask any yogi, especially in India, until the Kundalini reaches the Makara point, which is above the Anja chakra cap, the Itara Linga. So my whole deal is, and this is the main reason why I started the channel, is you shouldn't be teaching people until that point. And then it's a slippery slope, because once Kundalini, and then you have pinnacle experience and you get Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you get absorbed into the light, you become unconscious for so many days. Once you get to that point, you may not have the desire to do any more videos. You may not have a desire to start a channel. So I figured my window is short, so I'm going to give you what I got. I'm going to give it to you one video a week, hopefully, around 10 minutes each. And I'm going to give you all my techniques. I'm going to give you anything I've learned. I'm going to give you books. I'm going to give you people. I'm going to give you truth. I'm going to give you love, compassion, and if I can even help 1, 2, 3, 5 people raise their Kundalini higher, and spiritually advance, my work is done.
Where's Rocky?